Welcome to my tragic life, or welcome back to my tragic life. Today I have with me a special guest, my best friend of 2 years. Literally, we met. Okay, we're about to get into how we met, but literally today is the day that we met, like 2 years ago in college. So now we're about to get into it. Stalker story. This is my friend Marquise.
Hello.
So me and Marquise met because we used to be roommates. Now let's backtrack on how we became roommates. So we both met at the college Prairie View in Houston. I moved from San Antonio to Houston.
And I moved from Dallas to Houston to a hotel.
A hotel. A hotel. Literally. I had a stalker, and that's how we became roommates, because of my stalker and me having to run away from my stalker and move out in the middle of the night. So, literally, that sounds so crazy, like over exaggerated, but it's not. So, we moved hundreds of miles to live in a hotel for college. So, because we were on a waiting list, it's a whole situation. So, pretty much, Prairie View, they overbooked for freshmen, so a lot of freshmen had to stay in a hotel off campus, multiple hotels scattered out. So, it was a bunch of us in this hotel. It was a nice hotel, it was fancy, everything like that. Everything was wonderful. Like, not gonna lie, had, room service and stuff like that, luxury granite countertops and, like, food breakfast in the mornings, Maggie the maid, whatever.
I'm Maggie the maid.
But, okay, so, first got to college, I had a roommate, and then you had a roommate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I had a roommate, he had a roommate, I was on the top floor with my roommate named Chris.
I was on the bottom floor with my roommate named Sean.
Yeah.
His name was Sean.
Yeah, so, then, like, probably like a couple weeks in or whatever, I was taking the shuttle bus to campus, which is like, like just a bus to campus, like 30-something minutes away from school. So on the bus right there, I met this dude. Like, this dude was just like, hey, like, like, want to talk to me or whatever. Just like, cordial, whatever. Like, here's my social media, here's yours, whatever, stuff like that. So, because it's normal. So we start texting back and forth, like small stuff or whatever, Snapchatting back and forth and stuff like that. And then, I want to say 2 days in, he started getting aggressive. Like, like he started being like, hey, like, let's hang out, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I don't hang out with nobody. I don't like people as a whole in general. The whole human race, I hate. So I don't like hanging out with people. So I was just kind of like ignoring him and stuff like that. And then he would start coming to my door. First of all, I don't know how he even found out what room I lived in, nor what floor I even stayed on. Because this is a whole hotel. This is a whole hotel. Like, how do you find somebody? I didn't even know what room I lived in. Like, I would be confused every day. So, yeah, so he started coming to my door. He would Snapchat me and be like, hey, like, open up your door. If you knock on my door, like, I know you're in there. And me and my roommate, Chris, would be like, looking at each other, like, don't open the door. Like, don't open the door. We know who this is. Like, he was crazy. Don't open the door, whatever. So then, fast forward, like, a week or two, I'm ignoring him. Me and my roommate are ignoring him. My roommate ends up getting a room on campus. So we're all on the waiting list to get on campus. He got on campus, so now it's just me in this room. And I'm just living life. Like, Sweet Life was Zach and Cody, no Cody, all Zach in this hotel.
Okay.
Okay, literally. Like, all me in this hotel, living my life, like, running around. Everything's just amazing. This whole room to myself, top floor, everything. And then, of course, I was, like, on my Snapchat, just, like, yeah, like, like, recording, like, whole room to myself, like, And then he saw, because he had me on Snapchat, so he saw that I was, like, living alone. So then, this man my stalker, went to the housing department or whatever, room and board, and asked them, like, requested to be my roommate without me knowing. So, I did not know, I'm just living my life, whatever. And I would say about a day or two later, I'm about to take a shower, and I'm literally in my robe, like, about to get in the shower. And you know how they have, like, the latch on the hotel door? Like, there's, like, the normal lock, and there's the top, like, latch or whatever. So I had that on. And then I just hear somebody, like, push open, like, hit the latch. And it's, like, going back and forth, like, opening the door, like, trying to, like, hit the latch and stuff like that, like, yelling.
He was ready.
Yeah, he was ready. So I'm like, oh, my God. Because, I'm thinking, like, dang, like, housekeeping is very aggressive today. So I go over there, like, confused, and then he's like, open up the door, open up the door. So I open up the door, and I'm like, yes? And he was like, I'm your new roommate. And I was like, I was like, no. Like, I literally was, like, so shook, because I was confused about how I even got a key and stuff like that. And after that, I just started freaking out. I flipped out. And then that's when I went on a whole rampage. I called my mom, literally ran downstairs. I probably have a video. If so, I'll insert it in the middle or something. So, like, I ran downstairs in my robe in the car, like ranting on the phone with my mom, telling her everything. Then she got all mad, stuff like that. Like, why didn't you tell me that you had like some weird person stalker was like following you around, stuff like that. Blah blah blah. Like, I didn't think it was that serious. So he ended up moving in with me, not without me knowing or whatever. So at this time, me and Miles are roommates, and I think around the time that like he moved in, well, like you didn't have a roommate.
I think around the time, yeah, whenever he moved in with you, my roommate had just moved on campus, so I was living it up with no roommate, just having fun by myself. I wasn't
Honestly.
posting on Snapchat or none of that.
Oh,
I don't even know how he found out that I didn't have a roommate, cause I hung out with him like one time.
He was in everybody's business.
Yes.
How did he know that? Okay, yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So at this time, so now Miles moved in with me or whatever, and then you didn't have a roommate, and then I'm just like very irritated and like felt very uncomfortable, and but I try not to like overreact or whatever because I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Meanwhile, first night in, this man is like smoking, he's drinking. His personality is already over the top, and he's like all over the place regardless without all of those things added in. So, first night in, mind you, like 15, 20 minutes in, like he comes in, he's just like moving his stuff in. And then he's all like, okay, so like, what's the dealio? Like you like guys or whatever? Because, I mean, I'm a top, so you have to be a bottom. And I'm like,
How you gonna tell me?
I'm like, first of all, like you can't just like, first of all, you can't just come in here as come in here just assuming stuff or whatever. Anyways, and I was just like felt like mad uncomfortable, and I'm like first of all, I don't do anything of the sort. Sex, what is that? Who is she? I don't SE what? Don't know her. Never heard of her. Virgin over here, 100% virgin all the way over here, not really, but yes. So you're just being all extra and stuff like that. And I was on FaceTime with one of my friends, and this man literally like climbs on top of me as I'm on FaceTime with her and is trying to kiss me. 30 minutes into him moving in, trying to kiss me on my lap. And yeah, on my lap. And I was like I'm on FaceTime, and Jamara, like, she don't hold back. So she was like, like, who was that? Blah, 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 blah. And then he was like, took the phone. He was like, hey, like, on the phone with her and stuff like that. And she was like, and then I told her, I was like, I'm gonna call you back. And then after that, I was just like, really kind of like went in on this man. I was like, look, we're just feeling like very uncomfortable and stuff like that. Like the following day, I was at school, and people was texting me, like my friends was texting me like, hey, like this dude, like Miles been like saying that y'all was together, like calling you his Zacky Wacky boo and stuff like that, like, and I'm like, definitely not. And at the time, I didn't know his name because I'm bad with the names. So like, I didn't know his name.
Only a day in.
Only a day in talking about I'm his Zacky Wacky, like throwing out these nicknames. I didn't know his name until I had to get a restraining order on him, and it was on paper. And I was like, oh, that's when I learned his name. Anyways, we're gonna get to that. So yeah, so people are like texting and stuff like that, like he's talking about you at school, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, first of all, he doesn't know me to be talking about me. We do not go together at all like that. So it got to that point.
Even friends.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even know. Like at that point, I think I blocked him on social media. Imagine living with somebody and like you blocked them on social media. So I blocked him on everything. Also, just to add into the fact that he was like very messy and very dirty, I'll insert pictures. I took like some pictures of his bed area, everything like that. Literally, like, who knows, like, skid mark, what is this on the sheets? I'm so serious. It was like green. Yeah, so like plop that right here or something. So he was like very messy, very all over the place. And then my mom told me, she was like, all right, you need to go to the housing department and tell them you need to switch roommates right now. So I went over to them, and then that's when they was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, we didn't know that he was like this aggressive, and like we didn't know that he was like stalking you, or that you guys had anything going on between you, or else we wouldn't have like like had him move in. And it was like, we're so sorry, like we usually run this by you before we let somebody move in, but like there's just a miscommunication, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, so like we're gonna jump on it, we're gonna get this restraining order filed thing. And then I had like literally was missing class, filling out paperwork and stuff like that, just to get this man like out of my space, out of my presence. Oh yeah, and then he was popping up around the hotel, like following me and stuff like that. It was wild. Okay, yeah. So my friends would be over and stuff like that at the hotel, and then randomly, this man would just be like popping up around the elevator, popping up at the pool and stuff like that. Like literally anywhere I was, he was there. And then got to the point where I was just like, didn't want to go nowhere. And how can I escape somebody if they live with me? You know what I mean? So yeah, I talked to room and board people and stuff like that. They were filing like this restraining order situation thingy, and then they're like, so we have to move you out ASAP, because they're like, we're so sorry, we didn't know that like he was making sexual advances this quickly and at this rate. You're only a day in, and he was like on your lap like trying to kiss you, and like I had my friend on FaceTime to like as a witness, and like other people's text messages, screenshots and stuff like that. If I can find them, they'll be popping up around here everywhere. That was just like people being like, yeah, like he was talking about you at school and stuff like that. So I want to say we were roommates for like literally like only 3 or 4 days, but like had it been a week or something, like he really was like pushing it.
Exactly.
So
and I think around like between that time that y'all was roommates,
yeah,
I guess like closer to the time once everything started getting processed with the restraining order and stuff,
yeah,
he ended up telling me, oh, so we might be roommates, since my roommate said I'm like touching him, and the whole time I'm not knowing is
yeah,
him.
we don't know each other yet.
So we don't even, I had never seen him at all.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, okay. Well, good to know he ended up not being my roommate, baby. That's a whole nother... Absolutely not.
I can't. Okay. Like, literally, I had it on video. Like, I literally have so much stuff on Snapchat. Like, I'm going to show you, because I haven't showed you. I don't think I've showed you, like, some of the videos and stuff like that. Literally, like, yeah. So, I'm going to show you some of the stuff, like, after we freaking do this video or whatever that I have. And then that stuff will be popping up around here or whatever. So, I want to say about 3 or 4 days later, then, like, the middle of the night, what was her name? Like, that was over at the hotel?
Courtney.
Yeah, Courtney. I mean, I'm like, you know, bleep that out and change it to whatever anyways. But, like, yeah.
Did we call her? No, we call her something. Hell, we call her Miss something, and she was the same age as us.
Yeah, literally. So the lady that was, like, the girl that stayed at the hotel with
the
us.
LCC.
Yeah. That was, like, in charge of us. Or, you know what I mean? Like, just, like, checked on everybody or whatever at the hotel. She was, like, a peer. Like, she was, like, our age. She was just in charge or whatever. And in the middle of the night, literally, I swear it had to be like 10 p.m. at that, because we ended up at like, yeah. So around 10 p.m., she comes like busting my room. She's like, all right, so he's out at the club or something like that. I don't know, at some party, and we need to move you out like right now. So and then that's when I'm getting all my stuff around like 10 p.m. ish, packing and stuff like that. And then I move in. She's like, we're going to move you into the new place or whatever. New roommate, everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be glorious. So now I move from the 4th floor to the 3rd floor. I think it was the 3rd floor with some roommates or whatever. So I go in there and nobody's there. She's like, all right, so everybody's going to be gone and stuff like that. They're going to be gone for like, your roommate's going to be gone for the weekend. And then like you'll meet him on Monday or something like that. So I unpack all my stuff. It took me like, what, 2 hours? Okay, around 10, then 12. Because we went, you know, that was like 3 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it took me like 2 hours to unpack everything.
That's a long time.
So yeah.
It was literally like set. Like,
yeah, so it took me like 2 hours to unpack everything. And then I'm looking around like, there's a bunch of shoes, a bunch of clothes. And I'm like, dang, like whoever my new roommate is got mad clothes and shoes.
Her name was Miss.
Oh, yeah.
Now I remember. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably on some of the paperwork. Yeah, so by the time I unpack everything, it took like 2 hours, something like that. At this point, it's like 12 a.m. or something, like 12 in the morning, maybe like 12:31, I don't know, something like that in the morning. And then, like, 3 dudes walk in the door. Meanwhile, like, I'm about to take a shower. Like, when I tell you hotel with the fridge and everything like that, like, I just moved refrigerator food, cheese, milk, everything, like clothes, shoes, bread, like, just moved a whole, like, apartment house situation stuff into this new place. And then 3 dudes come in there and they're like, what are you doing here? And I'm like,
I'm your roommate.
yeah, I'm like, Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean, silly? I'm so confused. I'm like, oh, what do you mean? And he was like, what are you doing here? Like, and I'm like, I'm one of y'all's new roommate. And he was like, and then literally all of them was like, we all live here. And I'm like, like,
Are you sure?
yeah, I'm like, last I checked, like 3 hours ago, lady just moved me here and said that only one person was in here because like the hotel rooms, it was only supposed to be 2 people to like a room. So the fact that there was 3 people in this room and this lady just moved me in here, that means there's 4 of us now. One of them is legally in here because it's only supposed to be 2. And here I am coming here and I can't fit. So then I called the lady back or whatever. She comes in there and she's like, oh my gosh, she's like, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't know, like, the paperwork, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm just all over the place. So then that's when...
Yeah, so I think it was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, at this point.
The hotel phone is ringing. I look and I'm just like, maybe it's an accident. I go back. I was knocked out. So I didn't answer it. And then it rung again. And I just looked at it and I'm like, what the is going on? So I answered the phone and she was like, hey, are you up? No, I'm asleep. I'm absolutely asleep. I'm knocked out. So she was like, do you still have a roommate? I'm like, no. My roommate left like a week ago. She was like, okay, well, I have to move somebody in right now. She was like, I really have to do this. She was like, I'm not going to get any sleep if I don't get this person moved in right now.
No, really though, my mom was bugging.
And I'm just like, what? I'm looking at the phone like, are you kidding me? Right, bro, it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
In the morning.
What are you doing?
I've moved once, moved again, and I have to move, like, again.
She was like, well, could you meet us outside? Like, meet us outside the room. At this point, I'm like, what kind of boot camp is this?
I know. Honestly.
I was pissed. So, they end up coming get me.
Yeah.
And I go upstairs with them.
Literally, a group of people have to help me move out again.
Yeah, she was like, we need you to help move his stuff. At this point, I'm just like, I don't even know this boy.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, no, I was like so embarrassed, but I was taking like all the help I could get because, honestly, I was just trying to like hurry up before my got back because he didn't know I was moving out. Like, I'm trying to escape this stalker, trying to hurry up and move out. Meanwhile, I'm moving to the other place, and they're like, no, like, we live here, so now we have to hurry up and move my stuff out, grab a whole bunch of people to help me move out of this place I just moved into, to move into your place.
And when I say I got upstairs, and I was like, why did you bring your whole house? He had everything. I was like, oh my God.
Literally when I first moved it, like I brought that mirror in my car, drove hours with that mirror and a TV. And
to get it there, you're just like, I can't even hang up nothing.
Yeah,
I got
and
two TVs.
And a VHS player. Like, my mom didn't let me. She was like, no. She was like, I'm taking the mirror back. I'm taking all this stuff back. She was like, literally just keep your clothes, shoes, and stuff like that. So, like, the amount of stuff I had was a lot, but, like, not in comparison to, like, I literally brought my whole room except for my headboard.
I was just like, this is a lot of stuff. And the lady just kept saying the whole time, I'm so sorry. And she was like, and I was already cool with her.
Yeah.
But I'm still like, when I'm sleepy, I have an attitude. So I'm just really like, this is not like...
Yeah. It was a mess. So then after that, we ended up moving in. The stuff probably took
it was close to 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
By the time we finished
It took a long time for us to like move everything in. And then at that point, it was like the middle of the night / morning. And it was just like, we're hungry.
Yeah, like, let's go. Like, we'd have been up now.
Meanwhile, this was 2017. This was 2017, right after Hurricane Harvey. Right, that was Hurricane Harvey?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Houston. So, like, our school got delayed, everything got delayed, and then the prices of gas was, like, very expensive, like, mad expensive for gas and stuff like that. So, I was taking the shuttle bus and stuff to school because, like, I couldn't afford gas. Meanwhile, like, obviously anybody and everybody in college pretty much just broke for the most part. So, the fact that we was both like, we're hungry, let's go get some food. Meanwhile, at this point, I probably had $20 to my name.
Yeah, we was in the same boat.
Yeah, like, $20 our net worth was $40.
Period.
And we're like, let's go get some food. Where did we go? Was it Applebee's?
Yeah, we went to Applebee's.
Yeah, went to Applebee's and then got some food. And then ever since then, we've just been friends. Oh yeah, and then okay, I forgot to mention this. I have to put this in here. So literally the morning after, like that day after we went out to eat, we went to sleep, woke up. I went outside and I had 2 flat tires. 2 flat tires, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, like your stalker slit your tires. There's no way you get like 2 flat tires sitting parked car, like you know what I mean, like that was like a thing or whatever." And I still tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, like no, he didn't slip my tires or whatever, but like 2 flat tires. Oh, my car had to get towed. I'm gonna put pictures, whatever, like that happened. And yeah, so back to normal programming. So like after the whole restraining order situation, anytime I would see my at school, like my heart would just drop. You know how you get that like not that I'm scared of him or nothing like that, because literally my mom's freaking out, like everybody was freaking out. They're like, "Are you scared of him? Like, do you need anybody to walk with you, like from this class to this class, or like if you guys like cross paths?" And I'm like, "I'm not scared of this man. Like that's not the problem. Like my friends and like my dad and stuff like that. Of course, it was like all mad. It's like I want to punch him in my face if somebody would like try to get on me and stuff like that. I ain't with that gay shit. Like just a bunch of stuff like that." And I'm like, well, I'm in college now. It's not that simple for me to just punch somebody in the face. Like I would like we're paying for this. Yeah, and like I'm not, like I don't just fight people just because. I have some fighting stories coming up. Cause I get down. No, I'm kidding. No, but yeah, no, I've been in fights before, but like I wasn't fun to fight. I don't know, especially if somebody likes you. I don't like to be like, you know what I mean, like that rude. But he was like, yeah, I know, but he was like very like aggressive, like coming on to me. But I didn't want to be like that rude or nothing like that. But yeah, so after anytime I saw him after that, it was just like weird. He never talked to me. I never talked to him, and it was just kind of like a like a I just dodge him sort of situation. Yeah, like after that we were roommates for like the rest of the semester, and then at Prairie View, and then throughout that time
we got real cool.
Yeah, like we got like mad cool.
I almost died, and he rushed me to the hospital.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah. So like we got so close to the point where it was like I had a little relationship thingy. Fling, you had a relationship thingy, fling.
Yeah.
There's some hookup thingies. You was dying.
Like, it was just so much going on.
Yeah, there was like the one college party that I went to, and then yeah, and then yeah, something around that Christmas time, we almost died twice.
Oh, and then we ended up both working at we got jobs. Working at what was it, the
Outlet Mall. I worked at American Eagle.
And I worked at Calvin Klein.
And they both was paying us.
Like, nothing. I was getting paid $8 to work 8 hours a week.
I only got 3 hours a week.
Like, that was ridiculous.
Like, literally.
Then they expected us to stay during the holidays.
And expected us to wear their brands.
Calvin Klein is high as hell.
American Eagle, I swear the shirt was like $30. I said, "Man, my check was $52. If you think I can afford a pair of jeans."
I couldn't wear. They was like, "Oh yeah, you can't wear those Levi's, ma'am." At this point, you are looking at my ass. Like, how do you know these are Levi's?
Yeah,
ma'am. They made me take off my jacket one day. They was like, "Is this a Calvin Klein jacket?" No, it's not. Well, you can't wear that. It's cold in here. At this point, fire me, please.
Yeah. So we was both broke, both in college for one semester, both working these horrible jobs at this outlet mall, getting like zero to like at this point we were losing money, spending like mad money on gas because mind you this was after Hurricane Harvey. Gas was like double the price that it normally is.
I spent like $100 a week on gas.
Meanwhile, I was using my book voucher money for gas. Like I was using textbook money for gas. My car takes freaking like Supreme, like the top gas thing. I swear it took me like $60, $70 to fill up the tank.
I think during that time I was using the second one.
Yeah.
I don't know why I wasn't using regular anymore. I had to use the second one. Yeah. And that one was way higher than
like gas was like mad expensive. So we're broke. We went to college for one semester. After that,
we couldn't even get housing again. Like
yeah. Oh yeah. Then after that, then they want to hit us with some $3,000 something to pay for the hotel situation.
For the hotel that they said they was gonna pay for.
Now we have to pay for that. I still have to pay for that. Did you already pay it?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we still have to pay for that. We lived a whole...
I did. I took out a loan. I took out a loan because I thought I was going back. I had like, they was like, "Oh, well, if you have a balance, you can't...
go back.
You can't go back. You can't like sign up for your classes." So I took out a Parent Plus loan. I still didn't get housing. If I wouldn't...
I still owe it. Yeah, so pretty much, yeah, we were roommates. We ended up meeting because of my stalker situation. We were both broke in college. Only went to college for 1 semester in Houston. And then after that, I ended up moving back to San Antonio.
And I was like, that was so crazy. I was like, he was like, yeah, I'm going back. I went back to Dallas.
Yeah, so he moved back
like,
to, like, we went to college for 1 semester, lived in a hotel, and then both went back to where we came from.
Exactly.
And then, I want to say, like, literally, I was in San Antonio for, like, a month or something, and then, like, after a month, then I moved to Fort Worth, which is, like, next to, like, Dallas. So,
it's way closer than
yeah, San Antonio. So now, that's how we're here right now, gracing you with our presence. So, yeah. So that was our stalker. That was my stalker situation / how we met situation, story time, tragic life event. I know y'all be seeing any and every video that I do. My hair is different. Orange, blue, red, yellow, freaking like blonde. This is the pink and the red situation. So yeah. So anytime I get my hair done.
Done by the best.
The best. So yeah, so Marquise does my hair all the time. Does hair amazing. Literally, anytime you ever see my hair popping because of him, like, I have zero confidence. I will not film a video. That's why I've been lagging and slacking. I won't film a video. I won't take pictures unless I look decent. You keep my self-esteem going. So on God. So, all of your social media for that will be?
My hair page is Touched by Keys with right 2 U's in Keys.
Period.
Book with the best. Period.
Period. So, to give up with me when I'm not posting on here, all my social media is at Zachariah DeMilo. And then your social media is?
Is at Daddy Keys. And my Snapchat will be in the description below.
Period. And until next time. I swear our life is garbage. That, like, my stalker saw my Snapchat that I was living alone, so he made arrangements to where they moved him into my place. Literally, like, chilling in my room, like, on the toilet, and this dude's banging on the door. Like, he's been following me, like, up the elevator, school, and all that stuff. Like, no, like...